NFL Week 1, we're off to the races, guys. It was a slow start for a lot of teams. It wasn't until last night that we had the first skill position player exceed 25 PPR fantasy points, but then last night finished with quite a bang. But let's see how the hobby has reacted here, guys. Let's let the eBay sold items speak for themselves. We look at the top players going up right now on eBay. Football cards all day, every day. Let's dig in. Number 1, Jayden Daniels with the Washington Commanders, getting off to a 1-0 start here against the division rival New York Giants. He's got a 98.3 quarterback rating, threw a touchdown, also had a really good game here with Debo Samuel. Ja'Cory Krosky Bill Merritt had a good start to his NFL career. Let's look at Jayden Debo. You got this green velocity, buy now sold today for $55. That card back in the offseason, we have found a $20, $26 sold transaction on it. 23, 25 PSA 8, which is pretty comparable to a raw. So we can see that was a nice impulse buy, sale, nice little profit there. Another $25 September 6th. So that was 2 days ago before the game. That card went up to $55 from yesterday's 1-0 start. We also have the Silver Prism Variation selling here for $100 in a buy it now. I'm wondering if that has gone up at all. I actually have $200 buy it now solds on that today. You do have an auction that ended at $64. We're also going to look at the Silver Base PSA 10 to see how much that went up, because you have a buy it now sold on that today for almost $1,200. I know, shout out to Red 5 Cards out there. He had an auction last night that ended for almost $1,200. There's a 9 that sold yesterday for $110. There's an auction that ended Saturday. No, that's Sunday for $93. There's another Sunday auction on that card for $66. And another one earlier that day for $56. So you can definitely see that card has gone up. There's Red 5 Cards auction that he ended last night. Perfect timing, Sunday night. Week 1, got 1324 on it. Phenomenal job. Shout out to Red 5 Cards. 1324. If we come over here to slabhawk.com, type in Jayden Daniels right on the Explorer page and Panini Prism. Let's filter it down to his PSA 10 Prism cards. You see the trend on that card is 1,038. Let's just look at what that card has done over the past 6 months here and see how low it's gotten. Okay, so it has stayed roughly around $1,000. It looks like it had a little low point there August 23rd. July 14th, there was a $1,200 buy now. Some big transactions in July. July 31st was $999. August 23rd, there was a $921. $950 buy now August 30th. So it looks like it definitely has gone up a little bit since then. We'll see what happens in week 2. And we're going to go with the stack play here with Debo Samuel, because he puts up the second most fantasy points in this game. He also has that 19-yard carry for a touchdown here and gets the most targets with 10. I mean, he gets 6 more targets than Terry McLaurin here, guys. He turns that into 7 receptions for 77 yards. And you've got the PSA 10 Optic Hollow selling for $50. So once again, we come over here to Slabhawk, and let's just filter down to Panini Donruss Optic. And let's look at what those Optic Hollows have done historically for Debo Samuel here. Pretty low pop on that card. So you can see the Optic base is right there, and then you have a bunch of different variations that have more sales in the past 6 months than that one. Here's the Optic Hollow. Yeah, only a population of 40. Very low grade rate, which is a conversion rate of raw to PSA 10. This is a buy now of $41 August 12th. So it's gone up a little bit on that card. Debo's definitely got room to go up here based on what the auctions have ended at yesterday. Healthy market, but definitely not. Probably wouldn't put him in the same consideration as going up as Jayden Daniels. Hey guys, real quick, if you're new here, welcome to the Football Card Quest. My name is Andy. We're 100% dedicated to football cards research and selling tips. If you like that data analysis tool we're just using to look at those prices, definitely check out slabhawk.com. All right, guys, let's get back to this content. Let's take a peek here and see if Aaron Rodgers has gone up at all after looking like his vintage self yesterday in a big win over the New York Jets, which actually turned into be a shootout. Some great fantasy scores in that game from Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson. Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers side had a great game with Calvin Austin. believe it or not. So let's also look at Calvin Austin because I know he was very low, right? DK Metcalf came in the season with a lot of hype. He's an athletic freak, so he's got big prices. One thing I'll say right off the bat, be very careful buying raw Aaron Rodgers cards because he is borderline in that territory of where people are going to try and make reprints and scam you, especially on cards like this 50th anniversary. See right here, rookie reprint. You could fall for that. Think you're getting a rookie card. You just wasted $5, right? Why not buy the real deal? And I don't know that this is the real deal, right? How do you tell the difference? You got to be very careful, right? So that at $20. But let's look at the PSA 10 market here because there's a buy it now sold on this card at $200. That's how you know it's authenticated. It's in the PSA slab. That's your best bet right there. Now let's pop over to Slab Hawk. So if we look at the 6 month or even zoom out on that card and look at the 6 year, his market, yeah, I mean, it's really kind of bottomed out there around 135. But, honestly, look at a 115 auction back on February 15th. But it's flatline around 150. So the fact that it's moving here at 195 is definitely a positive increase. We've got a nice, so that's a nice little increase here. Going from the recent of 130, 134 before the season started to a 195 buy it now sold. This is a great sign for Aaron Rodgers' market. Let's also look at Calvin Austin here from 2022, going 4 for 70 in this game. Man, his cards were just so cheap. That's why I wanted to see how much they did go up from this game yesterday. $20 plain patch Origins. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely see how that went up. I mean, here's a limited serial numbered out of $199 for just a couple dollars. August 26 and XR for a couple dollars. This is where most of his cards were selling at before the season. So this is the start of a possible ascension here for Calvin Austin. We know Rodgers likes to cling on to these receivers. If he's got this chemistry with Calvin Austin, we could potentially see a lot more of this. Steelers are a huge market, massive fan base. We're already seeing that drive up. I mean, cards like this going for $10. An Obsidian out of 50 rookie auto compared to the Origins non-serial number that sold for $20 today. Cards like this are going to triple, quadruple in value based on how low they were to how high they are at now. Speaking of somebody else very cheap, let's look at Daniel Jones. Let's sort by ended recently when we're looking at those solds. Let's see what sold most recently here. College rookie patch auto out of 25 for $100. It's going to be a little bit hard to find comps here. Let's find something a little bit different. What about a base optic PSA 10, $30 sold today? I am interested to see what his rookie auto market has done specifically. Okay, this one's interesting. Red Cracked Ice Prism sold today for $100 buy it now. They laid a beat down on the Miami Dolphins here, 33-8. Daniel Jones, 115.9 quarterback rating, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, no sacks. He also runs in 2 touchdowns, taking 7 carries for 26 yards, putting up almost 30 fantasy points here. His favorite target was Michael Pittman Jr. and Tyler Warren, the rookie tight end. He's another guy going up in this offense. Obviously, Michael Pittman Jr. is going to benefit as a result of this. Daniel Jones, maybe the fresh start here is what he needed to take the next step in his career. We saw it happen with Sam Darnold, Geno Smith. Maybe he's being resurrected here on the Colts, or maybe he was just playing a really bad secondary, and you need to be starting any offensive weapons against the Miami defense for the rest of the season. But let's just take a look at a couple of these. I mean, this is a very cheap buy it now sold. Rookie Shield, Prism brand, premium brand, rookie auto, PSA 10. Are you kidding me? Let's go look at Daniel Jones on Slabhawk. Well, we saw the base Prism PSA 10 selling for $30. So here you have auction for $12.22 before the season started. Nice double up. That's the beauty of buying players when they're that cheap, guys. So we also saw the base optic was selling for $30. So let's take a peek and see what that was going at. The Silver Prism, PSA 10. Now that one, that person sold themselves way short. August 25th, 200, 152, 135. I thought that was 100. May 31st, 100. May 14th, 82. Whoever got this card for $100 today, absolute steal. Absolute steal. So you can see, here's that same card in a buy it now sold yesterday for $325. Raw yesterday for $110. Raw yesterday for 110. Steel raw yesterday for 60. Yesterday, the day before for 100. So yeah, the Daniel Jones market's going pretty crazy right now. Definitely going up a lot. I can't remember the stat, but the Indianapolis Colts haven't won a home opener in quite some time. Let's just take a peek at the Tyler Warren market. There's not a whole lot of cards, so the cards are out there. Like this Origins on-card rookie auto here, $72. So this is the guy who was the buy, not Isaac Tesla, who got beat down. Well, his team got beat down, and he got like one target for the Lions against the Packers, who steamrolled over the Lions yesterday. But just look at these Tyler Warren solds here. Yeah, his pro uniform cards are going to be Donruss Elite. It's going to be pro logo and score, but not uniform. You're going to get that practice jersey in Origins. And then they have some here, Origins booklets that are out still. Once again, practice jersey. And the RPS first look. Those are selling for them now base at $6. Little profit there over what they were selling for in retail. Probably your best bet is Donruss Elite right now. A lot of those, I didn't pull any Tyler Warrens, but I sure did pull a lot of these parallels, blue sparkle serial number parallels out of my mega boxes. So definitely keep your eye out for those Tyler Warrens. He's a good flip candidate right now. Now, speaking of rookies, I got to put my man Emeka Egbuka for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the next spot. Definitely ahead of Tyler Warren, playing the wide receiver position, first-round draft capital, clutch in this win, 2 touchdowns over the Atlanta Falcons in a very close game. Came down to referee calls back and forth, some biased towards the Falcons, but nevertheless, man, missed kicks. Kicks plagued this game on both sides, and it ultimately came down to a Young Huku miss at the end of the game that gave us the win. But Emeka Egbuka with 2 touchdowns in his rookie debut, chemistry with Baker Mayfield, great, awesome start here to his career. You can see the Donruss Elite out of $9.99 for $20. Also, we passed up here a pink non-serial numbered Elite for $9, and you saw this patch that sold today out of $99 from Origins, no rookie auto, for $110 buy it now. Now, if we look at his largest transaction from yesterday, that's going to be this auction of a one-of-one Buccaneer pirate ship patch Origins that sold for $1,250. What about the XRC Redemption Gold out of 10 for $635? He had an Elite Gold out of 10 sell for $500 in a buy it now on August 31st, which was a nice preseason sell. But this patch, 1 out of 1 here, absolutely sick. The patch on that, very cool, but still, I mean, this card would never achieve that price once the rookie season is over and the player has all other, 52 plus sets out for them with all these other ones of ones that include autographs and everything else. But still, nevertheless, this is a Grail card. Very cool. $1,250, huge. All right, next up for me has got to be Jordan Love here. I mean, 128.6 passer rating against the Detroit Lions with 2 touchdowns. I mean, very impressive performance here. Took great care of the ball. Spread the ball around a lot. If you look at the receivers, I mean, Josh Jacobs involved, Jordan Reed, 3 for 45, Tucker Kraft, 2 for 16, Romeo Doubs, 2 for 68, Dontavian Wicks, 2 for 30, Matthew Golden, 2 for 16, spread the ball a ton, and ultimately got a big win over division rival, a team that is a former championship team, and Jordan Love's stock should be going up. So let's take a look at what has ended most recently. A lot of really poor buy it nows here, but I guess this is an authenticated auto for $150 is not bad. That's a $30 transaction. Okay, this is something we can compare to. Let's go and look at his pen pals. A $270 buy it now today. You can see it's just a ton of buy it nows. I mean, probably a couple hundred. We can also track that on Slabhawk too. But for right now, let's look at the prices of the Pen Pals Black Ink. Well, looks like we had a gold ink September 4th for $220. We had a different color ink that almost looks like green or blue without clicking into it for $154 August 10th. It's a black ink BGS 85 for less than $200, $140. Wow, so go to August 8th. You have a $140 buy it now sold on that. Fast forward 1 month, we're now looking at $275. Man, great profit on this card. And for a horizontally formatted card, people really are paying for the autograph here. So maybe you picked it up at the National. July 9th, 140 here. Another one, 153 July 8th. And now able to sell it for close to $300. Great increase here on Jordan Love. I expect his market to go up across the board. Love to see what he can do in week 2 and see if he can keep this going. If he can, his values are going to continue to climb pretty significantly. All right, for next man up, I'm going to go Justin Herbert. Going back to Friday night, he maybe could have been ahead of Jordan Love, Daniel Jones, some of these other guys, actually. Honestly, it's tough to put them all in the proper order, guys, but he's definitely in the top 10 this week after beating the Kansas City Chiefs, division rivals, on Friday night in Brazil, throwing 3 touchdowns, 131.7 quarterback rating. I mean, look at the buy it now here today on a sensational autograph here. This is a 2021. This is a second-year card, guys. Don't be fooled. That's a veteran card. Second-year card, PSA 9, auto out of 75 for $300. Pretty impressive, guys. So let's keep going down the list here. CGC 10 base absolute for $10. Why anybody would grade that is beyond me, but they did. Another 2021. A lot of people sneak in rookie into one of the descriptors like that. This is another. Okay, so let's look at the Black Prism Silver here. That sold September 6th. So now we're going back to Saturday. You have best offer accepted from 200. So it's going to be less than that. Then you have a PSA 10 today on that same card that sold for 140. So let's see kind of where that Black Prism Silver has settled at here. And also take note, that card is out of Chronicles. So if you're looking at his base Prism Silver, last time I have a sell on that, a buy it now at $860 August 23rd. Definitely has gone up. Now look at this from Saturday. Gone up to $1,000 in a buy it now. Panini Chronicles Prism Black. Here we go. Silver PSA 10 trend of 120, average of 111. He got it for 105, 118, 25th, 26th before the season. Now you're seeing that increase, as we just talked about, probably in that 150 range. So nice increase there on Herbert. Let's look at what the Quinton Johnston rookie ticket auto market is doing, because he outperformed every other wide receiver in this game, getting 2 touchdowns, 7 targets. So number 3 in targets behind Keenan Allen, Lad McConkey, but 5 for 79 and the 2 touchdowns, including a long of 33. Very impressive start to his 2025 campaign. So you see the $25 buy it now sold there. That's got potential to go up. That's a college ticket auto for $12.50. Got potential to go up. Let's see if we can find comparison on this red out of 99 for $40. Yeah, September 5th, 36. Slight increase there. Maybe not with the shipping, though. 35. 23, July 28th. Okay, so you can see how that demand. Wow, June 30th, that card ended for $13.01. Someone sniped this in the summer. Let us know in the comment section below. You are cashing in now, I presume. But with the start here for the Chargers, this is really good for them. This could, beating the Chiefs is a big deal. So let's see if they can keep it going weeks 2, week 3. I could see these cards going up more, especially for Quinton Johnston. What about Geno Smith getting the W here for the Raiders, his new team, against the Patriots? Oh, if you ask Patriot fans, it looked like Drake May was a little nervous there in the beginning. Then also the second half, they just kind of fell apart. Let's look at Geno Smith market. PSA 10 base tops. Tops a big player back in 2013. $45 sold by it now. Got some rookie autos here, pretty cheap. I tell you, this is about norm here. Those sell for between $30 to $50. I do like this situation on the Raiders. The market a little bit better. You see a lot of buy it now selling. They're pretty cheap. Let's look at, here's another buy it now from ComC today, $47.40. So let's pop over to Slab Hawk. Yep, let's just pop over to Slab Hawk. Let's see what that Panini Prism. So before the season, we have 30, 37, 47.40. Nice increase there, guys. So also look at that Topps throwing. That also looked like the Topps throwing chrome, not the refractor. So that would have been this one right here, which would have been a cheaper card. So 25 August 7th. That 42 July 17th, but that was kind of an anomaly because here's a $23, $30 June 9th. That's probably typical for the card. $44.99. Nice. All right, another guy I want to look at here on the other side of the ball is Kayshon Boutte. Definitely impressed me. He was the target leader in this game for the Patriots. Well, tied with Hunter Henry, but we're talking a second-year wide receiver here. I was impressed by the 8 targets. Converted for 6 receptions for 103 yards, including a 24-yard long. Moving a little bit, but still very cheap. I got to think, man, he's becoming a target for me with potential to go up with pretty few professional uniform rookie autos like Pen Pals, Mosaic Rookie Scripts, Donruss rated rookie, but I'm not finding him in I didn't find any contenders, which is interesting. I'm not finding any Prism. Oh, there's Prism, Kayshon Boutte, $15. Man, that is a steal, I think, for the potential here, because this is an initial jitters game. I wouldn't put too much stock in this initial game with the Patriots. I mean, the fact that he led them in targets, he was out there a ton. He's got good chemistry, clearly, with Drake May. Very, very promising. So, Kayshon Boutte, a nice little sniper target here. There is a few players I could put here at number 10. I was thinking it might be Jackson Dart, but I heard Brian Dable today announce that Russell Wilson is confirmed starter. So maybe it's Jalen Hurts. I mean, they get off to a win over the Cowboys, but it was a really weird game. And it was week 1, Thursday night. You had the spitting, you had the weather delay. You had all kinds of stuff going on in that one. Jahan Dotson flashed a couple times, so I'd be really interested to see what Jahan Dotson rookie market is doing, because he has been a guy that has sold pretty decent in the past when he was on the Commanders. Not really seeing that bump from him, so maybe he's a deep cut sleeper. His cards are very cheap right now. Travis Etienne. So what is Travis Etienne doing? The Jags game, speaking of weather delays, also had a weather delay. It was another weird one. We had Travis Hunter's debut, who actually got quite a bit of targets on offense. Interestingly enough, not really much selling for Travis Etienne, and I had a feeling that this would happen. He had a really good game here. The Jags get off to a win, a beatdown over the Panthers. Bryce Young, slow start. Not looking like the Bryce Young that finished the season. Trevor Lawrence also threw an interception with a QB rating of 74.4, so it wasn't like a great game from him. Travis Etienne was really the bright spot. 16 carries for 143 yards at 8.9 yards per carry, including a 71-yard long run. No fumbles, none of that stuff. And gets the most fantasy points in this game by far. And yet, his stock doesn't really seem to be moving. I mean, here's a flawless out of 20 for $100, which might be an increase. Yeah, I mean, look, there's that flawless out of 20 before the season, August 3rd for 40. That's how cheap his market had gotten. So you could potentially have taken that 40 in an auction, which I'm telling you guys, the best place to find your deals. Sold it in a buy it now. It might be the same exact card. 17 out of 20. This one's 14 out of 20. So not the same exact card, but theoretically that seller could have done that. It would have been a really nice flip. Couple more guys I could have put at the top 10. Man, I'm telling you, there's some interesting debuts, like Puka Nacua getting back to form with Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford eclipses 6,000 career yards, now top 10 all-time quarterback. Puka Nacua over 100-yard game, back to his prior form. His values probably have gone up here and there. Matt Stafford's kind of in that Aaron Rodgers category, but not to the same level, right? But definitely probably seeing some little bumps here and there. A couple more notes. Lamar Jackson looked really good. Derrick Henry had him an incredible night. Already the king. He had that one costly fumble towards the end of the game, but otherwise, I mean, the guy was an absolute monster all night. DeAndre Hopkins with the one-handed catch. Really incredible. I'm interested about Josh Allen and Keon Coleman's market. Maybe I'll do some more digging on that with Carter later in the week, so make sure you tune in there. We'll be definitely talking about guys like that. Also, Christian McCaffrey and Ricky Pearsall's debut. J.K. Dobbins' debut with the Denver Broncos. Interesting there. He gets the bulk of the touches, but R.J. Harvey gets some receptions, and Denver gets the win, shut down Cam Ward. But was it really Cam Ward's fault? I mean, he was plagued by a lot of drops in that game. So we got to look at those markets, man. We got to look at the Justin Fields and the Garrett Wilson market. We got to look at Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr.'s market. I know Carter's not going to want to talk about it because they beat his Saints, but we got to talk about that and what to do with Spencer Rattler. Probably buckle up and hold on for a real bumpy ride there. Dylan Sampson actually outtouched Jerome Ford. But the Bengals get the win. What's Chase Brown's market doing, right? He did get a touchdown in that game. Nobody really jumped off the board for the Bengals other than, I'd say, Chase Brown. But they did win the game. You know, they won the game, which Joe Burrow said in years past, they've lost those kind of games. So very interested there. So make sure you guys tune in to us later in the week here on Wednesday when I go live with Carter the Power and we dissect all his film studies and the market. The market a lot more. All right, guys. Peace.